Hello, orienteering friends. Welcome to the race recording. First, let me introduce this multi-day races called Nice Holidays. They are organized, or they take place in beautiful sandstone area around Malá Skala. And I was racing in age 45 category. So let's get to the race now. I'm also using different camera this time. This is Hero 10 that I borrowed from my friend. And since I didn't have any experience, these are just default settings, nothing fancy. So it's just a full HD resolution, 30 frames per second. I'm also a little bit limited by my issues with Achilles, or just the tendons of the Achilles, so I wasn't really running. Fortunately, this environment or this kind of area wasn't that much suited for just pure running, so it was enough even for brisk walking or very light run, because the slopes are steep and there is a lot of these blueberry bushes. At some parts they were pretty big, so I wasn't really running, and I was more focused on being precise. So as you can see, to control number 1, I decided to go around the first sort of a ridge around the stones there, and now I'm coming to this valley, and I'm trying to now read the boulders and stones and to figure out where exactly the control is hidden. So as you can see, now I'm climbing up. I was first expecting the control to be right around this first stone, let's say, but that wasn't the case. The control was not there, so I just started looking around, and the control was just around the next one. So to control number 2, again, it was more about reading where is the valley and where is the ridge. So here it was sort of easy, because now we are going down, so it's easy to understand that there is the valley, and now basically I'm at the edge of the other side, or on the other side of the valley, and I'm just trying to follow the contour here, basically, and trying to find the sort of a next bigger entrance into this. We call these sandstone cities. So basically here I'm going around, and here is this next valley, big one. So I was expecting the control somewhere here, and I think it's right behind this stone on the left. Yeah. usually I was, you know, trying to read where the control is going to be straight from the map. I'm not really reading descriptions here, to be honest. Here I decided to go straight rather than around, and it seemed like a shorter way, and since I was almost at the top, it didn't seem that big of climb, let's say. Now obviously I wanted to go more to the left, but I probably didn't read the map correctly, or just maybe this path seemed more like runnable for me, so I went down this way to the, let's say, not central, but to this big valley, to this big valley. And now I'm deciding what next. I think, if I remember correctly, I went around. Usually I'm not, I'm trying not to lose too much height. So I'm trying to follow the contours as much as I can. And if I don't do any mistake, it usually works out pretty well. So here I'm trying to climb a bit. As you can see, there is already a path by other runners. So here I'm simply following this path, and then, you know, again the contours go around the corner, let's say, or around. So now again I'm trying to read where exactly my control can be. You know, like I was trying to, when I was assessing it, I was thinking, okay, now I'm in this valley, but the control must be somewhere above me. So I started climbing again, and I'm climbing to the control, which was pretty tough here. As you can see, it's not an easy task. This was really steep, as far as I remember. Maybe not the steepest one, but definitely one of the steeper climbs. But I have found the control correctly, let's say. Now to control number 4. Honestly, I don't really remember how I did get there, but as I can see it now, I decided to climb up, basically to the top of the mountain, I guess, let's say, or to the ridge, or how it is called, which seems to me, yeah, now it was a little bit tricky. I was thinking, okay, now I'm going to fall down or whatever, but it turned out to be probably a good decision. I would have to climb it anyways, because the control number 4 was here at the top, and I would have to climb it anyway. So now I was following this path, and then yeah, here I started to looking for the control, because it seemed that I was at the end of the bend of that path, which here The control must be somewhere here around this stone or in some small valley. It was just, you know, perfectly positioned, let's say. So at this point I should have read my control descriptions. It would maybe give me more hints where exactly the control is. I'd rather decided to just go around and try to find the control. Not the smartest way to run and to orienteer, let's say. Control 5 was just on the other side of the next valley. So yeah, I knew that I have to go down and back to the top again. Here I remember I had a little bit of trouble to, you know, properly distinguish these big stones like sandstone towers, let's say. I'm not sure why I'm waiting here. Maybe I'm just taking a bearing or what? Well, I guess I was a little bit unsure where to enter, because there was a lot of this greenery, this foliage. So I guess that was my issue here. That's why I was so hesitant, and I lost some time. Now I'm climbing straight up, but I remember I wasn't really confident in, you know, in knowing which of these stones is the one. So when I get to the top, I'm a little bit hesitating. So here I'm looking around, but I was lucky enough that there was this other guy, and he had the same control as I did, so I decided to give it a chance to follow him. Not sure why I'm hesitating now, but yeah, maybe I was trying to decide which sand tower is which, and now I saw the control, so it was a little bit of good luck, let's say. I don't remember how I got to control number 6. Apparently I'm going down. I'm not sure if this is if this was the best decision here, but you know, I lost a couple contours down, and I will have to climb up again, 1, 2, 3 at least, just to get to the top. So but I guess that running around would be more difficult for me, and it's possible that I would get lost. Here at this point, it seemed, let's say, kind of obvious, at least in a sense that I had sort of a direction. You know, I was following the bearing that I took from control 5, and it led me into this narrow opening between the stones. So it sort of clicked, let's say. And then here right behind this is the control. Now to control number 7, I guess there were, now that I'm looking at the map, I think there were 2 options to go. Either you would go to the left through that valley, or the other possibility is to go more to the right and then through the other smaller valley, and then through the stones somewhat over the top, let's say, because there is this ridge. As you can see, I decided to go around and to go let's say through this bigger valley. It was, I think for me it was a good decision, because navigation wise it was easier, although it was I think longer and probably a little bit more physically demanding. Also, I remember that through this valley there were a lot of stones and they were kind of misleading me. I knew that, let's say, at the beginning there were 1, 2 stones that I can basically ignore and I don't have to really look behind them. But then later on, a little bit further, I started to be, like hesitant and cautious and slowed down, and I was looking around each of that stone in my path. So that also took a little bit of time, I guess. But I liked, I think for me this was a good route choice, because it was like very understandable. It was like go around this ridge and through the valley almost till the end. So I had like, it was easy because you can distinguish the end of a valley. So if the control is not there at this stone, I knew, okay, so it must be a little bit further. I'm not at the end of the valley yet. So as you can see here, I was looking behind that stone, maybe small one. Here I started to hesitate a little bit, but I saw myself, okay, I'm not at the end yet. I was trying to, figure out where is somewhat this kind of bend of the valley, but yeah. Okay, so this stone is not the one, so I decided, well, I guess I have to go further. Well, there is this other stone. Yeah, this lady was looking for the same control as I think. So then we came to my control together. As you can see, there is one more stone, this one on the left, and the control was not there, so I was like, okay, so it must be this guy on my right. And then I think I saw some other guy there as well. He told me, okay, it's right behind it. Yeah, so it must be on my right now. Yeah. And the guy told me, here it is. So it was, I was definitely slow, and I think going to the right might have been faster, but there was definitely a steeper slope. Here I was going through the valley, and it was easier, let's say, kind of easier, let's say, physically, I mean. Now to control number 8, I think I did a little bit mistake here. I climbed to the very top of this mountain, let's say, and I ran around all these valleys. I think that this was not necessary. I think I could have run, let's say, now into this valley and around the ridge, because anyhow I had to go down. So I think in this point, you know, the decision not to, you know, my setting, you know, to keep the height or to keep on the same contour level as much as possible was not a really a good decision. Anyways, I was able to find the proper ridge, the proper valley, you know. But here you can see to get to the control I had to go down anyways. So and also the control was not, you know, it was behind this big rock in front of me. So it wasn't visible. If I would have gone from the bottom, I would have easier time to find the control. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, let's say it wasn't the best route choice, but I think it's lack of my experiences, and I think I wasn't really, I didn't really read the map properly, so that was the mistake. But I'm glad that I found the control, and I was able to, you know, properly distinguish where is the valley and where is the stone. So I'm okay with that route choice. To number 9, again, I'd rather ran around this sandstone city or sandstone maze, let's say, just because I figured it's easier to navigate along this path, and my thought was that I will run along the path till I get to first small valley, which was really close, you know, it wasn't that far. I will be going left, I think, right now, because that's the point that I was looking for. Yes. And then, of course, it was somewhat, you know, I don't know if it was a good luck here or, you know, there are other runners as well. but you know, I was also able to read all these details somehow, and I was able to enter into this maze properly, and then the control was somewhere here. I guess it must be here somewhere, very close, in one of these holes. And as you can see, there are many people, so either way I would found it soon. Now control 10, how did I get there? Well, control 10 was just at the other reach, I guess, very close. I basically saw it's in front of me, so I was like, okay, what to do? Let's climb it. So I don't know if this blue guy is going to the same control or not. Probably not, because I'm going alone here. So now I'm climbing, and I was expecting this pit somewhere on top of this, I wouldn't say mountain, but on this top, let's say. Yeah, this was kind of easy, let's say. Now control number 11, that's somewhat like a sandstone passage. Again, the issue here is, you know, in the details. So here I was trying to stay on the top, do not fall down, and you know, I thought, I was cautiously looking at the map, and I thought, okay, this is this small sand wall or stone wall or cliff, and now I'm on the top, and then there should be these two brown dots, which is probably this one on the left, and you know, like mold, not mold. So now I was expecting the control somewhere here, and I was correct. So that was nice. And then to control 12, this was a very nice route choice. Basically, I could go straight. I just have to go around this big rock, and then straight through the valley, and through that passage between the rocks. And it was very, let's say, even charming. You know, this is you know, this is a true nature. It's a very well protected area. Usually people are going around just on the marked paths, not like us, through this you know, wild nature. So I do enjoy it, and this was really nice. It felt like I'm in some kind of Czech fairy tale. So really cool. And then the control 12 was, let's say, behind one of these rocks. And since I wasn't at the end, I thought, okay, I'm still somewhat in the middle. I was just following this passage. And now to the right, and I was expecting control 12 behind somewhere around the corner here. Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was here basically somewhere in the middle of this slope, so it was, let's say, for me it was unexpected. Now to control 13, I must admit that because my Achilles tendons are not really working well these days and are aching a lot when I'm running, I decided to go more straight than around. So here the first part was just to, you know, get through this sandstone city or town and do not get lost. But I basically followed my bearing, and it somewhat led me like automatically to the path that was on the top of this hill. So that sort of worked out well. And then when I was on the top, there were, you know, like two possibilities, let's say. Go around the next valley or go somewhat straight. And as I said, because I wasn't really feeling like running, I decided to go straight. It was definitely slower because when you run, you are always faster, and as you can see, there is not much climb. It was more of a flat to go around the valley, but as you will see, for me that was not an option, I guess. Maybe I didn't even consider running around at all. I don't know. But I'm sure that for me it was okay to go straight through the valley, up and down, or down and then up. It wasn't easy going up, but I was okay with that, I guess. I think that going around didn't even come up to my mind. Maybe it's the way I am, I think. And now I decided to go, probably I decided to go more straight. So through that, you know, valley that is near to my control 15. So I will be going there. And you can maybe skip it or, you know, or you can just listen to my narration. But I'm not really going to tell you much about this. For me here it was, let's go down, and then I was trying to look at the opposite slope, and I was trying to figure out which way to go. Let's see. I'm curious myself because I don't really remember it. I remember this significant tree on my right, and I probably decided to go from that point to go up slightly diagonally. So that's what I remember. And as you can see, this is a like very steep slope, and if I would have been running, it would have been longer, but definitely faster, because here I'm just walking and I'm not even pushing it, I'm not. I guess it was because I was afraid of my Achilles, I guess. So I'm climbing up, but I know that if I would feel healthy and without issues, I know that I would be pushing a little bit more. Now I'm just walking, usually when the slope gets a little bit less steep, I even try to run. This is not the case. This is still walking. And then when I was on the top, I saw this small cliff, or here in front of me, so I knew, okay, I'm here. I took a bearing and ran to control number 13. I think I hit that control 13 without any issues. Also, there were other people. I'm slightly deviated from that bearing, but okay, now I'm correcting myself. Good. The distances were actually short, so from that stone wall, or from that small cliff to control 13, that was like 200 meters, maybe less. Again, next time I have to bring some electrical tape or something. I forgot that part. Here I'm slightly off, and I should correct myself. Maybe now. Maybe the people there helped me. Yeah, I guess they did. But I noticed this big sandstone tower, and maybe that was something that caught my attention and brought me to the control. Yeah, I guess. The control 14, I think there is nothing particular to say, I always take bearing and I try to follow it. You can see that there are two small, not small, like bigger pits or these depressions. So I was kind of aiming to them. I also noticed this stone here. Yeah, that was also a clear marker. and then I was looking for some kind of small cliffs or yeah, something like that. Although I haven't seen the control, I saw the people there, so I was expecting the control to be here on my right. It wasn't visible till the last, moment, let's say. So maybe going from some other direction would make it easier, but I guess it was okay. And now to control 15, I sort of knew where control 15 should be because I was climbing up around it. So now, of course, I took the bearing and I was running according to the bearing, the direction, and maybe I did a small. I hesitated a little bit when I was closing to the control, but nothing really major here. I think normally I would be faster, at least up to this point. Yeah, here I was expecting the control somewhere. As you can see, I'm looking for the control, but it was somewhat hidden behind some bush or something. Okay, here it is. That's the cliff, so that's why I didn't saw it exactly. And now I'm basically finishing. There is nothing to add. I ran the same valley as I climbed up, slightly, trying to go slightly to the left just to go as direct to the control as possible. But of course this is so steep that you are very cautious. You don't really want to fall down. And I really enjoyed this one or this kind of race, and I really enjoyed that I was going slowly and I was very cautious, and I didn't do mistakes. I didn't make big mistakes. I think the only mistakes were like route choices in this race. So I was very pleased after this race. Very good feeling. So I hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Bye.